Log date CIA.012.M42. Tech Priest Lou Crush currently speaking. Currently on board battleship Starglazer's Divinity. Urgent message send to Inquisitor Victorium Hoplite of the Ordo Malleum. I have obtained the most frightening transmission. Taken from the waves sent seemingly through the warp. Transmission came from Star System. Recently went quiet from all communication. Playing transmission.
Cyber Controller. The time and space modulator was successful. We have managed to transport 30 legions of cyber fleets into an unknown year. The universe is completely different from where the Cybermen are now. The humans are still present. We have gained most of our data through upgraded citizens of this new great human empire. Most of this information is hard to compute. Humanity in this time has rejected most technologies completely. Logic and emotions is what now dictates life. Their hatred towards cybernetics is inconceivable at first. But once I tell you that religion is the order of life, and death their backwards ways compute more and more. This can be seen with everything in their society, not only socially but also through their machinery. So old from a past of their time, without greatness that they forget how to maintain it. They need our help. This illogic is uploaded to their psyches of the myth, of their so-called God, Emperor of mankind. A man thought to be the savior and a perfect model for all of mankind. Through many deeds he has done in life, people saw him as a savior. We are not sure if it indeed how many one of these myths surrounding him is true. If he does have a kind of power of an extra-dimensional energy, thus creating the myths around him, or did he really slay a dragon? All we can compute at this moment in time is that he is not God. And believing the myth that the human is so abdominal in nature leads them to focus on primitive battle tactics in the name of their race and honor. Both are illogical. This can be best seen through the Empire's most feared soldiers, the Astartes. From what we have dissected, they are biologically augmented. This of course makes them weaker than our machinery, and with morales with using swords and different melee weapons, and their guns still mostly using shells and bullets. By rational calculations, we should be the victors in any output. However, their input with such zealot emotions causes them to be very successful in engagements at times. There are a lot of them. We have obtained databanks of cities covering entire planets. At first we thought the number of humans was exaggerated, a feeble attempt at propaganda by the regime. This is not the case. The common person in this empire lives a degenerate life. These people devolving into each other often know nothing but faith and depression. They have to know what it is like not to feel pain, not to be sad, not to be happy. Another excellent prospect is that already many are willing to be upgraded through petty skirmishes. On the planets we manage to hold soldiers. When left with nothing, don't have a strong enough faith when confronted with being upgraded. That being said, many were deleted. In our first efforts on embarking on the Prime Protocol, we have had more deletions than upgrades. Their religion is hard to break out, even in upgrades. So ingrained it revolves around every aspect of their lives. However, Cyber Controller, all is not lost even in this future they find themselves in. There is a sect of this religion known only as the Cult of the Mulkan Ikkum. They prize machinery over everything else, disgusted as only natural to the weakness of biology, to their emotions. They take it upon themselves to augment them and their minds and bodies to become Cybermen. Although their machinery is rustic and impractical, they are still determined. They run everything mechanical in this empire. Mostly forgotten how some technology is maintained, they are the only ones to actually maintain it at all. To this they produce all the Empire's guns, their starships and other war machines for their many battles. However, they do not do all of this for pure reasons. They believe that a god festers in each part of Cybernetic. Called the Omnicia, it is them they worship. With all their genius, they cannot discern what truly holds them back. They will be one of the easiest to upgrade, however. There is much more to be discussed. The armies and different warriors of their expanse. Their antiquities, their religion, and much more. I shall finish this transmission off with our first encounter, with hopes to give you insight on their operations. We first visited this timeline through our atomization. Our hulking ships and armies incalculably emerged on the outskirts of a monitoring post. The planet was yellow and devoid of life. As they saw us, weaponized turrets were deployed from the iron walls. It was ineffective, so I led a legion onto the gates of the outpost. As we walked, so did they bring a legion. Human men and women, dressed in green armor and guns, that only shot out pellets. It was their screams that I first knew what these people were like. Again ineffective, many were deleted or taken for later upgrade. And then they came. Biologically augmented blue-armored men, about 9 foot tall, came charging out. Even the most powerful setting on our strongest antimatter rays couldn't kill one swiftly. Many Cybermen deleted. Their guns, the bullets were the size of a foot. However, having such superior tactics and technology made us able to subdue the threat. Outpost to ourselves many civilians. Perhaps plans for colonization. They were all upgraded successfully. The Cyber Controller. As we have much more to discuss, I shall send another transmission after I learn more. However, it is not known how truly large this universe is, or if there are any other threats. We need to adapt to these primitive conditions